Hey, today I'm going to start with a story. Well, no, it's not a fairy tale story or a superhero story. It's a very simple story and it's not that boring as well. Well, but I can assure you that at the end of the story, you will get inspired by it. Yes, you heard it right. On that note, please subscribe to my channel, like my videos, share my videos, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Let's get started. So, I never thought I will be learning a new language. Okay, and I never felt the need of it ever because I've never heard this language. I never dreamt that I will be in a situation where I'll feel that I should learn this language or anything of that sort. But when few years back I thought of doing a master's and I got my admission and I came to Pune, and from there my journey started. Yes, you're right. So I how did I learn Marathi? I'm going to talk to you about that. I'll tell you guys, I don't have a Marathi background. I have a Hindi background and I have never heard Marathi before. And I never knew that I will be in a situation where I'll get inspired or I'll feel the need to learn Marathi. Well, it happened with me and I did that. Now, how the journey started and how I learned that language, I'll tell you. This will help you to relate it to your journey of speaking in English fluently. So, please understand, listen to the story very attentively so that you don't miss out on any of the points or inspiration behind the story. So let's get started. Now, when I came to Pune, I was a student. So I didn't have a lot of money to spend on hire a cab or probably go to five-star hotels or restaurants and eat there. So what we used to do is we used to travel by bus or we used to travel by auto rickshaws, and since we used to live in hostels and then we shifted to flats and all, so we have to cook something, so we have to go to the vegetable vendor and speak to them. So basically the local language was Marathi, and the local people like bus conductor या driver है या फिर ऑटो रिक्शा वाला है या भाजी वाली सब्जी वाली है या सब्जी वाला है, so they all used to speak you know predominantly in Marathi. थोड़ा बहुत वो आपको हेल्प कर देंगे बट देन दे प्रेफर दैट लैंग्वेज बिकॉज वी ऑल नो दैट when we are not fluent in any language, it doesn't come out very easily, right? So that happens with these guys as well, which I completely agree and understand. Now when we used to go on a bus, तो हम 10 बार पूछते थे कंडक्टर से कितने पैसे हुए, एंड ही यूज्ड टू 10 रुपये 10 रुपये 10 रुपये, एंड वी नेवर यूज्ड टू अंडरस्टैंड, लाइक वी यूज्ड टू से कैसे क्या. Now what I started doing then was picking up these words and understanding what they mean by that. So for example, when I got on a bus, I used to listen to him, like what he's talking to others and how others are responding to it. So that way I picked up some words like you know कितने पैसे वो पूछ रहा है, कितने का टिकट है, कितने लोग हैं आपके साथ, कितने टिकट चाहिए. So I started understanding those by listening to him properly कि वो सबसे क्या पूछ रहा है, लोग क्या जवाब दे रहे हैं उसको. So in this way, that way I started understanding the words and catching those words, and then you know probably replying him with that. Okay, responding him with that. I couldn't reply at that time, but I responded, like if he asked ticket कितनी, then I used to say 2 ticket चाहिए मुझे या 3 ticket चाहिए मुझे, तो कितने पैसे हुए. So those things I started understanding. The same way when I went to the grocery shopping और सब्जी वाली के पास, then I used to ask कि आलू कितना 1 किलो आलू चाहिए. Then she used to tell me कि अच्छा बटाटा. Then I understood, अच्छा it's not आलू, it's batata. It's not onion, it's kanda. So that way I started understanding the names of the vegetables in Marathi, what they करेंसी, मराठी करेंसी आई स्टार्टेड अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि 10 रुपये को क्या कहते हैं, 100 रुपये को क्या कहते हैं, 50 रुपये को क्या कहते हैं. सो लाइक दैट टाइम आई स्टार्टेड अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि टाइम को क्या कहते हैं. सो आई वॉज क्वाइट क्यूरियस एंड whoever start talks in Marathi, I used to listen to them and understand the expressions, या उनके इशारे से या उनके एक्सप्रेशन से या वो क्या बोलने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, छोटे छोटे वर्ड्स पिकअप करना. सो आई स्टार्टेड डूइंग दैट फ्रॉम द ग्राउंड लेवल and I started understanding little by little. ये छोटी छोटी चीज़ें, I used to travel by auto, I used to travel by बस या सब्जी वाली के पास, ये सब मैं समझने लगी. And then I wanted to add more words to my vocabulary, more Marathi words, and wanted to understand sentences also. Then I went a little ahead and started to analyze them, listen to them more. So whenever I went to these places, I used to watch people talking. So when two people were conversing, so I used to listen to them, what they are talking, how they are talking, what does that mean. And trust me guys, in this way I started understanding 50% of the Marathi. Yeah. And likewise I kept on building an environment, like wherever I used to go, I used to give some time. If somebody is speaking in Marathi, I used to wait and listen to them or understand. Or if my Marathi friends are talking, I used to be a passive listener to them. And if I don't understand anything, I go up and ask them कि अच्छा इसको कैसे बोलते हैं या इसका मतलब क्या हो, ये मुझे समझ नहीं आया. So I started actively and passively participating in those discussions or conversations. And trust me, literally this helped me a lot. And guys, I never knew the script, like I never knew the letters of Marathi alphabets, or I've never read Marathi. I still can't, I mean I can read Marathi, but it's not that great. I mean I can't write Marathi. So but people used to tell me कि अरे संस्कृत जानती है ना, you can understand Marathi. But I never had a Sanskrit background as well, to be very honest. So I had a Hindi background or an English background, but I didn't have a Marathi or Sanskrit background. So anyways, but by listening to them, by understanding the expression, paying attention to them, it really helped me. And I started catching up the words and sentences. And then I started trying to speak, and you won't imagine, in 2 years, a span of 2 years, I guess 2 or 2.5 years, I think I was able to understand Marathi completely, and I started speaking also. I was not that great. I mean, I was not 100% perfect. I'm still not, but still I can manage to speak the language without making or doing any effort. I didn't dedicate 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or half an hour every day to read Marathi or to listen to all Marathi movies, or watch Marathi movies, or any plays, or any probably this serials. All I didn't do anything. I just watched my environment. I just took advantage of that. My Marathi friends are speaking in Marathi. I used to be a part of that conversation. Whenever I was speaking in Marathi, I used to listen to them very carefully, like what expressions they are using, what kind of words they are using. So guys, these things helped me a lot, and I achieved my goal of learning to speak and understand Marathi. The same goes with you. You know how to read, you know the alphabets, you know the words, you know everything. It's just that you have to actually start speaking and practicing it in your real life. Just relate it with your real life and start, practicing. It will definitely help you, and in no time you'll be able to master the language and you'll be fluent. See you. Bye bye. Hope my story inspires you. See you in my next video. Bye bye.